Hello and welcome to Gender Balancing. I am Samuel Ukata, your co-host on the show today. Well, for some of you who might just be joining us for the first time, Gender Balancing is a program where we bring on board and discuss gender-sensitive issues or controversial issues, as you may want to call it, and we prefer or bring up our own opinion or perspective on this matter or on general matters, as the case may be, as it affects us gender-wise. On this beautiful note, I welcome you all once again to this very interesting program. But of course, I won't be doing this alone, as I'm also being joined by my co-host in person of.
APC follower.
All right, Ife, how are you today?
I'm good.
It's good to do this again with you. All right, without wasting much time, we have a very interesting post we, took out from the online space, and we want to actually look into it. What exactly is our post? I would like you to please read it out, and then we'll talk more about it.
If you can't take care of a woman, don't go into a relationship. Relationship requires a lot of sacrifice, not sweet mouth. No matter how rich a woman is, nothing sweet past man money.
Well, that's a very interesting post.
Okay?
And I know as ladies, you guys or you ladies will really find it very, very interesting.
Very.
Yes, I know. Because it has to do with money. But let's even look at it critically,
Okay.
because this is actually something that will catch the attention of everybody, both the male folks and that of the female folks. Yes, I understand the aspect of money in a relationship. Yes, I do. But that does not mean that money has every place in a relationship. No, we must, as individuals, not even as male or females, but as individuals, understand where money falls in a relationship, so that we don't bring the two and mess things up.
Where does money fall in?
Good. Now, if you are in a relationship and you're talking about a female in the party or in that circumference, of course, you know that as a female that you're dating, she has one or two expenses, to run. Despite the fact that this person is not your wife yet, she's your, or let's even look at it from the angle of relationship, because this post does not even clearly state that you are in a marriage or you are in a union.
Talking about relationship.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a relationship now. So now it's even better, it is well spelled out that it's a relationship, not marriage. Because if you're in a relationship with a girl, of course, from the point of view of that relationship, that person is not your wife. Legally, she's somebody whom you're in a relationship. Hopefully, you could take it a step further to maybe settling for that person if it works out. But in the space of you being in a relationship with that person, you will know that there are some times, or there could be occasions, where the lady might have one or two things that she's lacking, that she needs money to be able to cover up or to take care of. Then as a guy, if you have that means to be able to do that, you can do that. But when we talk about you trying to know this person, and you also trying to know if this person has a future with you, she in return also trying to get to know you, money does not fall in. Money falls in only when you know there are expenses on ground. It could be you, it could be the lady, but of course this person is talking about the lady's expenses, not you as the guy. So we must understand the angle or the position money comes in a relationship. Money will not do the talking for you as a man. Do you understand? Even if you have money, there are some things that you need to really, really straighten out with your woman or with your girl who you're dating. You don't need money to do that. In fact, money falls in terms of percentage, like let's say 40% or 50% of that relationship. Then maybe the remaining 50% will now have to do with several other things. Because of course, this is somebody whom you're dating. You need to understand this person very well.
So you're saying money is not important?
No, that's not what I'm saying. But this post is making it look like money is a major determinant of that relationship. No, it's not a determinant.
To me, as a guy, if you don't have money, don't even think of it.
Okay, so tell me, what are those things that you feel money must take care of, that you feel it's a determinant for that relationship.
Your girl needs to look beautiful for you now.
And that's expenses.
Of course, now you need
So
to
what
take
else?
care of her.
So what
She
else?
wants to make her hair, fix her nails, lashes, and
What
all.
if that has been settled and this same person, hopeful, looking at it, this person is not your right fit? What happens? Is it money that will discover that for you?
I don't understand that.
What I'm saying is, this is somebody whom you're dating.
Okay.
You need to understand this person.
Yes.
This person needs to understand you. It's a thing that you need time to be able to, fish out for you or to be able to review. You don't need money to do that. When you want to talk to this person, when you want to have some very important discussion with this person, you don't need money to do that. Am I right? You don't need money to do that. You need to sit her down and discuss with her and wait to see her response or responses to see if it's in line or in sync with what you have in mind. Money only comes in when there are need for expenses. Of course, when there are no need for any expenses, then money goes to the back seat.
Even Hobio, he said, love is sweet, but when money enters, it is sweeter. So, do you expect me to?
That's
be
what
a
we're still
understanding girlfriend
saying.
or
That's what we're still saying. Money spice it up.
Of course.
That is when you need to take care of anything that you feel the lady needs. If you go out, of course, you're not going out to spend. You're going out just to have a good time.
Okay.
Then having a good time, money comes in because you have to pay for that location that you're going out for. You also need money to be able to get 1 or 2 drinks that you need to entertain yourselves. Okay? But that is not the prime thing in that relationship or for you going out. You want to go out so that you guys can have some time outside your home. All right? Which is also a spice to the relationship. It's not about the money. It's about whom you are with at that point in time. Are you feeling her? Is she feeling you?
It's about money. Money is very important.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we live in a climate like ours, Nigeria, where they see money as a prime thing in everything. No. In Western world, you don't need to have it to meet a lady. Just look good. Yes, it boils down to funds, but you don't need so much
to look good for the guy that doesn't spend.
No, what I'm saying is we have gotten it wrong in our country, Nigeria, and as Africa, to be very precise, where people think you need money for everything. You need money to meet a woman. You need money to make her understand that she has to love you.
Of course, when you have money, she's going to love you.
Who said? No, that's you. There are some percentage of ladies.
When you have money, don't worry. The love, the attention,
there are some ladies out there that no matter how much you spend on them, they will not love you. In fact, they have somebody whom they're already in love with, but they are only deceiving you because they know you have what they are actually looking for, which is the monetary aspect of it. Not that the person or the lady in question loves you or likes you as a person. So you must, as a man, understand where money comes in so that you don't end up, that's where I stand. You don't end up spending money on the wrong person thinking that you need money to get her heart.
You still need to spend. I'm not saying as a lady you need to be a liability. You need to depend on your guy. You need to be working.
In fact,
but your guy needs to spend on you to spoil you so that you feel like Odogu wife.
You have brought in another point. Most ladies, when they don't even have anything they are contributing into that relationship other than sex, are internal liability.
No. You need to work.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You need to work for your home money. But my guy needs to spend on me.
He will spend.
No matter how much
he
I
will
have in my account,
he will spend. But what we're saying as far as that post is concerned is that money is not really the determinant or a factor that will make a relationship work. No, it is the individual that matters. Money comes in later when you've discovered the right person. Then you can now be willing to spend. You cannot have this feeling of when I'm spending, I'm not spending in vain. That is where a sensible man comes in. You might not have money. Haven't you seen a situation whereby a guy who does not really have it financially is opportune to have a very understanding lady? A lady that accepts him for who he is. No, it's happening today. It's for you to be able to open your eyes and look very carefully whom you're bringing in. There are women out there, but there are very few people who could make up a woman or who could make up a wife. Very few. Very, very few. That's why I told you that our society contributed to the rot we have in the system, whereby people just think that you need money for everything. No. Going out to look for a woman, you don't need money. Because you might still have money, but you might not be able to still discover the right person you're looking for. Except you're fortunate enough to run into the right person, and you now discover that person. Maybe over time, you chat up with the person, you see the responses that comes out of that person, you see the things he or she says. When you have conversation, you'll be able to sit down to say, is this the right person for me? Looking at the kind of things she says whenever we have a conversation. That's what a man looks after.
So are you saying, as a guy going into a relationship, you don't need money?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
All I said is, as a man, we must, not even as a man, as individuals, generally speaking, we must understand where money falls in a relationship.
But what this poster is talking about, he's saying is that if you don't have money, don't even think of relationship.
Well, it is because
don't even think of
it is because we live in a climate in Nigeria. I keep repeating that word.
What do you want to do?
Where people are so materially conscious, money conscious. In fact, they don't want to listen to you if you don't have money. Not even in relationship.
No, it's a normal thing, no?
No, it's not normal.
Okay.
It's not. That's why we see the rate of crime in our country. That's why we see the rate of corruption in our country. People have idolized money. They've seen money as a god to them, to the point that they could even do things against humanity, do things against God just because of money. You don't see that. In fact, a popular artist few days ago, I read one of his posts. He said, it is until, I don't want to call his name now, but he said, if you know this person, if you met this post online, you will know who I'm talking about. The celebrity said, it is until people date foreign girls out there, that's when you come to understand that we don't have responsible or people whom we can date in Nigeria as disciplined ladies. When I mean disciplined, people who are disciplined to the core. They put everything in their right perspective. He said it. And of course, maybe he must have dated somebody in Nigeria and compared it with somebody whom is presently dating outside the shores of Nigeria, and is able to see the difference. That these people here, if you don't have money, you can't go to them. No matter how good you are as a man, no matter how disciplined, no matter how responsible, before they listen to you, you must have money.
And you need to have a little cash in your pocket.
That's not what we're saying. You need money to spice up the relationship,
no,
to keep
you
it
need
going.
To pay my bills at least 20% or 30% of my bills.
Then if I'm paying 30%, then it means I'm owning you.
No, now you're not paying 100. Now.
No, you don't have to. No, you
of
don't. Do you know what 30% means from a man's income? That's where you're getting it wrong, and I won't really, fault you for that. It's a general notion in our country which is really bad. That narrative needs to change, where people need to understand that the fact that one is dating you and you're not his legal wife means that you're not entitled to the man's. You are not entitled to his finances. He only does that out of his own volition, out of his own wish. And it's just to support you.
Okay, he can decide not to give a bill.
He can. It is his money. You don't even have a right. In fact, the
As
moment
girlfriend,
you don't, what rights do you have?
My guy for money.
You don't have the right. You can only share your feelings with him to say, okay, because we're in a relationship, this is what I'm going
Don't say that again, no.
I'm telling.
Why do you say I don't have a right to ask my guy?
No, you
for
don't.
Money?
You don't.
Like seriously.
When you say right, it means it is something that legitimately you should do. It is something that legally, nobody should take it against you, so to speak. When you say right, it means that to some certain extent you own that money. You can question it. But come to think of it, you are just dating him. You are in a relationship with him. You are not his wife. So where is the right coming from? So that's why I said, don't make it look like a right. Make it look like you share your feelings with him. And as a man, he should be in that position to understand what you're saying and see ways to come in. That's the polite way to put it. So that you will make him understand your place in that relationship. That's why I said in our country we've messed things up. We don't even know where we belong in a relationship. You don't say that. If you're not saying that, what would you now be saying when you are now married to him? You would demand for his head.
Of course, no.
You
It's
can
my
imagine
husband.
that.
His money is
How
our
could you?
money.
You see, it's your
My
money
own
is not his
my
money.
own money. No, it should be my own account.
Then-
His own money is our money. We spend it
Then
together.
it's not a marriage. It's a transaction you're running.
Mhm.
If it's a marriage, you should be able to shift ground. I'm not saying any man should, be concerned about the income of his wife, so as to be demanding, let me have some. No, I'm not saying that.
No, she
What I'm
can
saying,
support, no.
then don't make it look like his money is your money and your money is not his money. You should be able to say, no, I understand you are the head of this family and you have it as a
I can
responsibility.
borrow him now, then I'll collect it back.
Why should you borrow?
It's my money
You
now.
don't have to borrow.
I can only borrow him.
That's where the unequal love is coming from. He is not
It's
borrowing,
equal.
he is giving out.
He's the head of the family.
That's what we're saying. Are you not part of the family? Are you an external?
I'm part of the family.
And so
but
why
he's the
would you
head
borrow
and
him?
the tail.
Why should you borrow him? That's where the selfishness in ladies comes in. And it's wrong. People should start having a change in their mentality as regards relationship. Yes, it's very important.
This
That is
doesn't
when
do
that
the
is
fact
when
that-
that is when relationship will become attractive, will become appealing to people who are not in yet. A lot of people are scared because the way people have gone about talking about relationship has really made them understand that, men, if you don't have it, just stay out of it.
Of course, now.
What?
You're
Okay,
going into a relationship to do what?
Okay, let
To
me-
praise the gospel or what?
let me ask you.
Yes,
let me
now,
ask
to
you.
do what?
Let me ask
exactly?
you: did our parents, our early parents, were they having it all
That's
when
in
they?
the olden
No,
days.
wait. They got their own relationship and marriages right, and that's
Mhm.
why they are celebrating 30 to 40 years in that marriage. Not because they don't have challenges, not because they had it all, but because they knew what relationship really means. They knew what individually they should bring to the table. And that was why it's
What are they
working.
bringing to the
But
table?
of course, the man understands that he's the head of the family, all right, and he is given that responsibility to cater to the needs of his family. And the woman understands that since she's not the head of the family, to bring in the resources needed to run that family, she needs to be submissive. All right, she needs to be submissive to that man. She needs to respect that man because you are under him, so to speak. You understand? So when you understand
But it's
that,
not as if they are not giving them money now.
I don't get that.
It's not as if the head of the family is not giving the woman money.
That's what I'm saying. The head is
He's still
bringing.
spending on her now.
Yes, when there is need for expenses, the man comes in.
He's still dropping.
It's dropping now.
Yes,
I
now.
didn't say you don't have to bring in anything. I'm only saying that the post is making it look like don't even come in if you don't
Yes,
have
now,
it.
don't, if
No.
you don't have at all. Go and
No,
hustle.
our parents never had it all.
Yes,
The
but
little
still
they
have
had,
to.
the
And
little
are
they
still
had,
dropping.
they are dropping that little,
Yes.
but they found themselves in the relationship.
Yes.
Why is the post now making it look like don't come in if you don't have it?
That's the fact. Like,
No,
if you don't have the
it's
money,
it's-
don't even think of it.
No. It's a wrong information that poster is sending across, and of course, it's going to scare a lot of people from going into it. I wish we had a lot of time to really dig into this discussion, honestly, but of course, we don't have so much time. We have just limited time on the program. So this is actually where we'll be drawing the curtain on today's show, Gender Balancing, on this topic more especially. We hope you really enjoyed every bit of this discussion, and of course, you enjoyed my co-host and myself, perspective on this matter. But of course, this does not really define or tell you who we are. We're just only sharing our opinion or our perspective as it affects us gender-wise. Until we come your way some other time, we'll be treating another topic, and yet, although it's going to be very interesting. So till then, have a good day. Bye for now.